Evening, welcome back to the Toon Review and a watch-along, a first-class game featuring Newcastle United, and it's great to be back showing these games again and having watch-alongs for them. Carabao Cup, last 16 match at home to AFC Bournemouth, a chance for us to progress further towards Wembley and maybe a trophy to kind of get into our trophy cabinet for the first time in 53 years. So, yeah, it's a fantastic occasion tonight. One we've missed for a while because of the World Cup, which currently is on the channel I'm watching now. But we have got a few comments but before we go any further, if you like what you see, folks, please hit that thumbs up button like that, and that'll give us a like, and that'll push up the algorithm, push up the search engine, because we want to be high up in the search engine when people, like-minded people, want to watch a football YouTube video. And if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. It's free to do so, and it'll give you become part of the TTR community. Also, becoming a member is also an option. You press the join button and you go through to payment thing. That's a monthly payment, of course, and entitled to enter our prizes and stuff, competitions and stuff like that. So, worth being a member. That makes you a fully fledged member of the Toon Review community. We have got some communal comments already through. Strange enough, Ronald's in the house. Sports commentaries in the house. Shafiq says, any team news? Well, strange to say that, Shafiq, there is. I shall bring them to you right now. Here's the Newcastle United lineup, and you'll see it's a very strong one too. Full strength, I would say, without ASN, who's on the bench, which I said he would be last night, strange enough, but this is a really strong lineup. Nick Pope in goal, Kieran Trippier, the skipper, right back, Dan Burn at left back. No one expected him to play last night. Fabian Schär and Botman, the centre backs. Bruno Guimaraes, Sean Longstaff and Joe Willock as the midfield. Joe Linton will play wide left, I imagine. Miguel Almiron wide right. Callum Wilson through the middle. Willock will also share the responsibility of that left-hand side. The subs also strong. Darlow, Lascelles, Shelvey, St. Maximan, Ritchie, Target, Manquillo, Wood, Murphy. Only Isak missing, we'd say, really, would we not? From that lineup. Yeah, from that lineup, that's a very strong lineup. Bournemouth, on the other hand, well, we don't know much about Bournemouth. We watched a bit of them on Match of the Day every now and again, but they came up and spoiled the party a little bit earlier in the season. They have Travers in goal, Cook, Mepham, Solanke, Christie, Smith, Moore, Senesi, Billing, Anthony, and Zamura. That's pretty much the lineup they put out when they came from the league. On the bench, I can't quite see that. There's a bloke called, I can't read it. Yep, not really any of those names are very famous, but yeah, that's similar to the lineup they put up against us at home. The one World Cup players I can see there is Kiefer Moore, of course, who played for Wales, who was sent home very early, and Mepham also. I think he was in the Welsh squad also, wasn't he? But that's the Bournemouth side. We'll do some more comments now. Where we got to? Where do we get to? So that was the team news. William says it's a strong team. It certainly is. Aston says Eddie means business with that lineup. He does indeed. Andrew thinks we're going to get 7 tonight. And here's our man on the spot, Tom Lynch. Evening from under the lights in James Park. A statement of intent tonight with a very strong team. Let's hope the lads spread some festive cheer tonight and hope the watch-along goes well. Cheers, Tom. Very much appreciated, my friend. We'll hope to bring a great result. And there's Tom with the lineup that I've just read out. And also subs. So well done to you, Tom, for that. Spider's in the house. Hi, Spider. Hope you're well. He thinks a 3-1 win to Newcastle. Kendo is in the house also. Evening, folks. Which is televised. How version 1 versus version 2. Might be a tight game, but we should edge it 7-0. Just edging it. Show Max in South Africa had it live with all the other games. Says Spider. Yeah. Bruno G says, come on the Toons 4-1. Dark Die Design says it's televised. How is their watch along? Well, there's always a watch along, mate. it's part of the channel's allure. The only game we didn't get a watch along for was the last round, which of course there was no streams for that whatsoever. But we managed to get most every other game so far this season. So that's what makes this channel the best one for Newcastle United content. Chipper says very strong team. That indeed is. Bruno still shouting tunes. Very much full strength. And Ian McKenna tells Dark Design because Billy is better. Thanks very much, Ian. Appreciate that, matey. Away the lad says Kendo. Toon says Bruno. Usually have a mod comment by now, but we haven't got one as yet, but I will have to do that in a minute. Great to see the Howell taking the cup seriously. Yeah, when the game starts, folks, I will tell you. And if you want to sync if you've got a stream to me, otherwise, just listen to us. No spoilers if you are ahead and you are watching. Please, no spoilers, because I will just throw you out. Not having any spoilers. Spoiling it for everyone else. So, yeah, let's not do that. Howard and daft. He knows if we win a cup, the roof would come off. Indeed. Wilson, Trippier, Bruno, and Miggy to score, says Kendo. Craig says it's live in Australia. And Kendo says, right, he's booking the flights now. Bradley Gardner, the boys are back in Toon. They are indeed. Peter O'Keefe's in here. Very strong team. Cannot wait for this 3-0 to the Toon. Hi, guys and girls, says Kamal, feeling positive vibes. Not good luck on Billy on a watch long. Thanks, mate. It'll make a change pronouncing names that I can actually pronounce and not Wangs and Wings and Lees and Samosevich and whatever, you know. It's been a hard few weeks doing the watch-alongs for the World Cup. The New Zealand Shearer on the bench. Expect him to come off 60 minutes and nail a pen. Maybe chance. Craig Wright says a decent time for us. It's now 6:20 in the morning. And Bradley says 15 in chat already. Well, actually, that's a bit outdated. We are at 528, which is amazing. All dying to see Newcastle play. All dying to have some good luck come our way. Some fortune come our way. Not luck, because none of it's luck. But there you go. Kendo says she's laughing. He's laughing, sorry. One thing I'll point out is the banner says the 19th. Well, it was originally, wasn't it? We've missed it. No, it was the 20th, wasn't it? 21st originally. Logan's here. Dara's here. Logan thinks 3-0. Proper football's finally back. Yeah, indeed. Soldy says the strongest team possible. I called last night with Maxi Bench. Let's go, baby. Indeed. Geordie John's here. Oil waiting for the game to start. Come on, the lads. 4-1. He thinks. A brace from Bruno thinks also. Kamal says, good morning, 10 p.m.-ish here. Double spot, espresso should do. You know, a little bit ahead of us then. Kendo says, hope Maxi comes on as super, some nets a goal and assist to us, so his confidence comes back. Like, hey, I was against Man City. Yeah, we'd like to see Maxi do well, wouldn't we? Recommend a double shot Brunel, says Kendo. What's the lineup, says John. Well, just to that one out. It's 30 with full strength. Max on the bench. Cameron says, yes, lads, what we're saying. I can smell Wembley, Newcastle United are fucking massive. Indeed. Some big ties in this round also. So a lot of the big teams are going out. One of Man City or Liverpool is definitely going out because they've drew each other. With this team, if we didn't win, we're in trouble. Everyone's talking about Irish coffee and stuff. Michael's here. Hope you're well. Willis be showing here now, won't you? All you're about to hear is my commentary on the match. It's just coffee with whiskey, says Ian. It's not a case if we win. It's, I think the big option is very confident, and sometimes overconfidence can be, but I think it's fair to be confident tonight. Pretty much full strength without Maxi on the bench. I actually want to see the game, guys. Well, yeah. Just the commentary. Not shown here. Just listen. A bit like radio commentary, but some people can kind of see the game on different streams. Ian says, hi, everyone. Anyone got a link which showing? I can't give you links out, I'm afraid, Emily. I think it's shown on here as well. I'm not even going to read this stuff out, so you have to read the chat. I'm not going to read it out because we're not allowed to, but there you go. Like lots of people are kind of asking, we can't give you links. Simple as that. Just can't do it. Trolls is here. I hope you are, Trolls. Cockeyed Cyclops is here also. Solly says, I'm sweet. Craig, thank you. Space Bar, having to do old school tonight via radio or on here if Billy's stream. My stream will work, mate. Absolutely no doubt about it. I've got 2 ways of watching it. And yes, we're good. Kamal saying hello to Trolls. Davey Pat's in the house. Hi, Davey. He's in the coach and horses. having a few beers. Samantha's here. Hope you're well, Samantha. And lots of people saying hello to each other. Kendo says Billy's Barmy Army. Just hope Billy can find link. Yep, no problem, mate. We're all good. We're all good. Let's kick off in a 4 minutes time. I think this, if what's been said on Twitter is right, I will have one on my TV, and I will have one here too, which is 3 minutes away from that. So we're all good. Everyone's well. Everyone's really well. Looking forward to a big game. Lots of people saying hello. Matt's in the house as well. Hi, Matt. Hope you're well. Julie J's here. Paul Hansen's here. Carl's here. Local to me, of course. Lots of people asking how you can work. I can't tell you. Stu Flyboy Ray's here. Hi, Stu. Hope you're well, mate. Jake's here. Everyone's saying hello to each other. That guy says, good luck, Newcastle. Hope you well, mate. I'm very well, thank you, mate. Evening, looking forward to this, Dominic. Hope you're well. And I've actually got a picture of St James Park on my TV screen, which is excellent news, isn't it? And it's for people that are in New Zealand, you will know how I'm watching it. So in England, we have Sky Sports, and they also have it in New Zealand. And if you go to Joe Linton's number on the Sky Sports New Zealand app, you will find the game. That's the only thing I'm saying. I can't say any more than that. Call Me Swift says, all right, Billy, it sucks the game is on TV, but listen to your commentary is just as good. Thanks, mate. I'm glad you appreciate that. Super Chat's also available, folks. Hit the dollar sign underneath the chat, and that'll put you through to a payment scheme, and that'll, whatever you feel like donating to the channel, it's all greatly appreciated. I forgot to say that earlier. Goat Files said, Ian, Billy Bob, looking forward to the match. Good man. Lots of people asking for the things. Jan says, big Toon team. Julie's pressed the like button. There's no mods in tonight, solely, unfortunately. No, you can't share links. That's right. You can't share links. Absolutely not. Porty Street, Henderson's in the house. Watchability. Good one coming up, mate, indeed. Looks pretty much packed at St James Park to me. The floodlights are on. It looks, well, the flags are being waved. It looks a fantastic, atmosphere. Brilliant. Big right hand. What we like, people. Evening. Bilbo Baggins still saying 5. He thinks 5. Jocks hello. James, evening to you. Lovely Toon review bunch. Joe's in the house. Brilliant starting lineup up the Mags nicely. Hello, Joe. Hope you're well, mate. Just currently seeing Bruno Gomares in the tunnel with his mascot, looking very happy with life at the minute. It's fantastic to see actually how we treat our mascots. So, people that walk out, the kids that walk out with the team, which they are now on the way out onto the pitch. Bournemouth wearing that horrible purpley lilac kit they wore before. Hi, Ryan. Hope you're well, mate. Kyofu, thumbs up for the Argentina shirt. Absolutely. Didn't wear this accidentally. It's a Newcastle shirt paying tribute to the Argentines who won the World Cup, of course, in a fantastic World Cup final, albeit in a very poor World Cup, I thought. Hi, Dominic. Hope you're well. Spacebar says it's a really strong side. It is. George says it's a strong squad. It is indeed. Evening, Billy. We're hoping for a stress-free 3-0. Is it me or am I growing? It's because I'm closer to the camera than usual, and it's different background, and so I look a little bit bigger than usual. But I need to push my camera back a bit actually. But that'll happen later on, maybe. Andrew says very strange, very strong, not strange. Lineup. Barbara in the house also. So looking forward to seeing this game. Of course, in fact, thank you for Barbara. Very kind of you. Robert says should have put a Santa hat on Billy. Last watch along before Christmas. I've got a Santa hat, but it's red and white, so I don't want to tempt fate. Tampa Toon's in the house. Ryan's doing well for himself at the minute. So just finished, of course, his basic training in the Canadian Army, which is brilliant. Hi to all the mods. Don't think you'll find many in tonight, Barbara. Strong lineup, says Julie. It is indeed. Everyone's saying it's a strong lineup. Martin's in the house. Stephen M's in the house. Julie says this is the Eddie Howe derby. Darlow's on the bench and not who he wanted. Well, this is true, yeah. Chippers says chat. Brian says, is Miggy playing? He is indeed. Tony Timebridge has changed his name to Stu0602. Maximum firepower on display tonight. 2-0 to the Toon. 3-0 says Jack. No messing around tonight. Should be an easy win. Should be. Hopefully will be. Eddie's going for it tonight, but with that team, absolutely he is, isn't he? Evening says Ian. Having a brew out of good for you, Tools. I'm having Diet Pepsi. Bournemouth team are having a huddle at the moment. Yes, I'm all good. I'm all good. No, same background though. He sent me one earlier, and I couldn't get it onto the back of onto the computer, which is made. But there you go. Coming to an end of the commentaries. Comments. We're not coming to the end. There's more of them, but we're about to kick off. So, Mark Danny Dawson's here. Hi, Mark. PGM's here. Geordie Boy. Another Geordie Boy. Malcolm Baxter. We're about to kick off, folks. So, comments are going off. I will put the banner up. And when the kick off, it's long stuff to take it. And off we go. We're off winning. We're off and winning. And long ball forwards are pushing the back there, but it's come to Joe Linton. Newcastle on the attack straight away. What Bournemouth have done here is swap sides, I think. I think we're attacking the Gallagate first half. Shithouse trick there from Bournemouth. But Newcastle are attacking the Gallagate first half. Ball is with Fabian Schär. Ball goes forward there. Fabian Schär square to Sven Botman. And then over to Dan Byrne on the far side. Ball forward to Joe Willock, who's on the left-hand side. We've got to get a kick in the shin for troubles there. Throwing to Newcastle just inside their half. Joe Linton has it now. Nice play from Joe Linton. Now he's got Bruno has it now. All the way out here to Miggy on this right flank. Miggy's got an overlapping Kieran Trippier, sending goes to Trippier in the end. Trippier comes inside, 1-2 there with Longstaff. Back to Miggy's got a bit of space. Back to Trippier. Good start from Newcastle. Great ball from Trippier. Well cut out though from the Bournemouth defender, but well anticipated there. We've got a free kick for some reason. Foul on Longstaff. Foul on Longstaff. I'm a little bit behind, so we're going to go to this stream now. And then on this stream, Bournemouth are attacking, but they've been pulled back. It's actually better viewing, actually, this one. Foul, Fabian Schär's down injured. 2 minutes 51 on the clock. So I'm way behind on that first one. So Fabian Schär's down, folks. I don't know how it happened. He got a bit of a push there from the Bournemouth forward. I might as well take that off. Yeah, Fabian Schär down injured, guys. It's not an uncommon thing, is it? Let's be honest. 3 minutes 30 on the clock, no goals. Bit of concern about Fabian Schär here. And he's holding his... Well, I think it's a neck injury. Jamal Assault is warming up. Fabian Schär is gingerly getting onto his... Well, he's sitting up now at least. Don't know if it's a collarbone injury or a neck injury, but it's not a good one. Oh, dear me, it's a nasty one. Kiefer Moore went in with his elbow. Fabian Schär is up on his feet. Whether they let him play on or not is a different kettle of fish. I don't know. Fabian Schär holding his neck, going off. Whether he comes back on, it's another. It's the way. I don't think there's any foul play there with Kiefer Moore, to be honest. Fabian Schär's walking off freely now, actually. He probably will come back on. We'll see. But it's 0-0 here at St James's Park. Angelica's in the house. Shamrock Ball's in the house. Newcastle. Well, bit of play of the foul there by Trippier and Anthony. It's a free kick to Bournemouth. Which Anthony will take. Not the Anthony that plays for Manchester United, obviously. This is the Bournemouth version. Fake run going down the line. It's a long curve, and Nick Pope comes out and claims it fantastically, just on the edges area. He rolls it out to Dan Burns. Joe Willock down that right side. He's been pressured by Marcus Philip Billing, isn't it? Willock goes past him with ease and cuts back, looking for a ball he can play. Comes all the way back to Dan Burn. Inside then to Botman. Now Schär. Newcastle on the attack at the minute. It's Miggy, little ball inside for Wilson. Touch there for Willock. Now Joe Linton. Left hand corner of the area. Goes for a shot. It's blocked by the number 4. Flicked on by Moore. But Newcastle do come again. It's with Joe Linton again at left hand side. Now Burn. Joe Linton picks up on the left hand side again. Down the line to Willock. Back to Joe Linton. Yes, he's got a bit of space here with Joe Linton. Ball inside now. Bruno plays it down here for first time ball. This is good football. Long stuff out to Miggy. Fell over the ball. Give it back to Trippier. Little curve ball back to him. That's brilliant. Miggy has it again. 2 men on Miggy this time. Back to Trippier. Little chip ball looking for Longstaff that overhit into the arms of Travers. And yeah, Travers has the ball. Now it's kicked out. Bournemouth has it. Bruno picks it up. Little flick over the head. Well played, Bruno. Nice football there. They tried to do too much. Did well to get a ricochet on it. And now it's with Longstaff, who hoofs it down the pitch, looking for the winner, Wilson. Cut out by the Bournemouth centre half. And, well, I'm going to go back to the original one because that's not working now. So, we're about a minute behind where we were before. This is that attack we had before that was over here. So, Travers, and still 0-0. Lots of people in the chat. We've got 716 watching. No goals so far, but it's been quite good from Newcastle thus far. Going forward, at least, not been tested much defensively. Foul in the back there of, I can't see who it is. I think it's Christie. Trying to take a quick free kick. Lewis Cook not allowed to take it, and it's a free kick to Bournemouth in their own half. 7:55 on the clock, folks. Ball over the top, looking for Kiefer Moore. Nodded back. It's that little bit of play from Bruno earlier that we saw. Kick down the pitch, but Bournemouth have it in the middle of the park with Lewis Cook. Back it goes then to the right back. Up the line to Christie, tackled by Willock. That's a good tackle, and the refs give a free kick. It was a strange decision. It wasn't a free kick to me. Taken now. Bournemouth have it in the back 4 or 5, I mean, it's there, but cut out there. And Newcastle have it with Longstaff. Longstaff square to Bruno Guimaraes. Guimaraes studying his options. Looking for Trippier, goes the other way instead. He's got Solanke marking him, actually. All Bournemouth men are behind the ball here. Ball forward, looking for Willock, and the defender gets in, clears it for a throw-in. Willock will take that himself. It was a clearance from Phil Mepham. Robert said he loved Dan Burn to get a goal. Intricate football there from Newcastle. Didn't quite pay off, and it's cleared for another throw-in, which will be taken by Dan Burn. Well played from Bruno. Goes, wipes off 3 challenges there. Floats the ball out here to Miggy. Everyone knows what Miggy's going to do. He's going to cut back inside, but instead he goes down the line for Longstaff. Overhit the pass to him. Not good for Miggy, that. Out for a goal kick. The bit of play that preceded it from Bruno was absolutely phenomenal, by the way. Showed strength and desire to keep hold of the ball under big pressure from the Bournemouth midfield, and float a nice pass out to Miggy, whose control weren't great. Brian says, every time I have lamb chops, Newcastle win. Have a guess what I'm cooking now. Come on the 2, 3 and out. Michael Mike says the game's on in UFC TV. No, it isn't, Michael. That's wrong. Thanks, Ryan, for that. He says YouTube doesn't allow anyone to show the match due to copyright. Sadly, this is true. Board is back with Nick Pope at the moment, and the Newcastle goal plays it wide for Fabian Schär, who's back on. Kieran Trippier calmly plays it in between the 2 Bournemouth players, back to Nick Pope, and he gives it to Sven Botman, who comes forward looking for a pass. Plays it out to Dan Burn on that left flank. Dan Burn down to Willock. Sorry, it's Joe Linton. I've swapped now. Ball weren't great there from Dan Burn. Does he win it back? No, he doesn't. Flick from Joe Willock does win it back, though. And now it's Willock has it again. Joe Linton outside him. Got Lewis Cook on him. Comes inside. A great bit of skill from Joe Linton. We'll get a free kick there. Brilliant play from Joe Linton, that. Oh, I haven't looked at my Facebook messages today, Ken. Sorry about that, mate. Been way too busy at work, but... Anders says it's a surprise as strongest 11's out. Full house, the flags are in 4, said Craig. So it's a free kick to Newcastle, corner of the area. Hello, AJ, you're well. Kieran Trippier's over it. It's going to be an in-swinger in, looking for a Newcastle head. It's going to be dangerous this. 11 and a half minutes on the clock. So Kieran Trippier, left-hand quadrant, corner of the area. Very dangerous free kick. I can see Bruno in the middle. I can see Sven Botman. Burns in there. Fabian Schär's also in there. Wilson, of course, will be sniffing around, looking for any ricochets and deflections. And Willock's on the edge of the box, but it's curved in. He's gone for a shot. He's overhit that, but Trippier went direct for goal, just over the top by maybe a foot. But nice effort from the captain, and it's still 0-0. Tanguy says we've got Bruno in the middle. Keith says herky-jerky start to this. Lots of people asking for links. We can't give links out. It's against copyright. Hi, Carter. I hope you're well. Can't hear Billy's. My mic on. Can you hear me? Anyone hit? Could someone kind of tell me that I'm talking okay? Because apparently you can't hear me. According to Davey. And now Bournemouth playing within their own net. They're getting pressured here by Callum Wilson. Now Joe Willock pressures. They've given the ball away here. Oh, dear me, that's poor. That is from whoever that is. I think it might have been Sean Longstaff. It was very ambitious. Troy. Thanks, James. Thanks, Ashley. Thanks, Dara. Thanks, Shamrock. Thanks, Richard. Thanks, everyone that's saying you can hear me. That's good. Yeah, we won the ball back in the press there, and Sean Longstaff decided to shoot from 25 yards, curve it. Unfortunately, he got his foot right underneath it and sent it 20 feet over the bar. But pressure again on the Bournemouth defence, trying to clear it. They do clear it in the end, looking for the ball down the line for Solanke. Botman's with him, slides out for throw into Bournemouth, quite deep in our half. Mike says that it's an Argentine Toon top. It's same colours, isn't it? Bit of a tribute to Messi. What's time on the clock? It's 14 minutes in. How am I watching the game with my eyes? Thanks, Kendo. Cross comes in from Bournemouth. It's quite dangerous, actually. Anthony plays it back. And again, it comes further back, and now it's with the defenders. They're quite high up the pitch. Anthony has it. It's not Anthony, it's the right back. Thank you, Porty Street. Anthony causes a bit of trouble there. Cross comes in, looking for Kiefer Moore, gets to it. Kiefer Moore. Nick Pope anticipated, but burn beat on the back post there by Kiefer Moore. Not great. £5 super chat from Ian Fleming. Hope Paul is enjoying the view of the game. He'd have seen that perfectly because he's in level 7, of course, and he'll see us attacking him second half, I guess. Ball looking for over the top, looking for Joe Linton. Doesn't get to him. It's nodded out for a throw to Newcastle. Right back, nodded out, whoever he may be. Barney says, turn your volume up, Davey. Absolutely. Ball is with Fabian Schär, just approaching the Bournemouth half. Bit of space to move into. Probably come down the bottom here for Kieran Trippier. He does. Kieran Trippier goes inside for Bruno Guimaraes. Back to Fabian Schär. Square ball to Sven Botman. Comes the way forward. No, he's actually going forward himself. Gives it to Miggy. Miggy down the line. There he is. Going to cut back inside. Miggy's not been great so far, folks. Not been great at all. Ball out of defence from Bournemouth, only going as far as Dan Burn. And Newcastle will come on the attack on that left-hand side with Joe Linton. Joe Linton being matched up here. Ball down the line, looking for Joe Willock. It's got some space. Oh, Willock let it run too far, and it'll be a goal kick to Bournemouth. Not been great. Ryan says Paul's got a date with Level 7 Dave tonight, indeed. Yeah. Paul thinks Bournemouth look tired. Haven't got a scoreboard, Joe. Minnesota Mag. I don't know what that means. Cross came in, and Dan Burn was beaten at the far post there by Kiefer Moore. And Kiefer Moore should have done better than that. Cockeyed Cyclops thinks we'll score at about the half an hour mark, so about halfway towards that. So throw into Bournemouth at the moment. Yano Yamak. Yeah, I can't say your second name, Yano, but he's in the house too. Hope you're well, mate. Throw into Bournemouth then, just inside our half. Backward he goes to the Bournemouth defenders. Cross it goes to Meppel on that far side. Meppel looking for a ball through the middle. Does find Kiefer Moore, who's come deep to receive it. He shielded it well. Played it all the way back to Travers in the Bournemouth goal. Going to be a bit of pressure on him here, but not quickly enough. Pressure is on Anthony, and Trippier did brilliant there to win a throw-in for us. Throws it into Bruno Guimaraes. Got him on his back now coming from behind. He's fouled there. Referee says play on. And they do. They come away Bournemouth on the break here. With Anthony on this left-hand side, going up against Kieran Trippier, helped out by Longstaff. And Bruno steps in and wins the ball that he lost originally. Then loses it again to Anthony. Trying to be a bit too cocky in his own kind of defensive third there. And Bournemouth have got the ball. Starting to come into a bit more now. Anthony on this left-hand side. Back he goes then to the left back. I think it's Lewis Cook playing at left back at the moment. Well win there, though, from Newcastle. Great little tackle there. And now Bruno has it. Bruno's going forward, looking for the run of Callum Wilson. Callum Wilson, well, he's been closely marked, but he's held that ball up brilliantly. Mickey, back to Kieran Trippier. inside now. Now it's with Miggy again. All a bit static, Moats, this fan. Ball from Trippier is a great one, but no one's reading on the same wavelength as him. And it's cleared out for throw-in to Newcastle. We are 18 minutes 30 in, Yano. Where's Kevin Moyes? Kevin Moyes, you're a monk. Sorry about that, folks, but Kevin Moyes has been on this channel a few times before. And I've been blocked for being a Mackham prick. Anyway. Newcastle on the attack. Great bit of play there from Joe Willock. Still has it on the far side. Now Bruno needs to come inside. He does. Could be a shot from distance here, or he give out the chance to. It's Fabian Schell! Marginally over the bar. Very good effort from Fabian Schell. 19 minutes on the clock. That's really close. Don't see a replay of this now. It's a good 25 out. Oh, it's not too high. It's wide. It's about. You look close on the first shot. It was about. It's about 5 yards wide. Anyhow, borders with Sven Botman, who nods it away. Bruno doesn't win it in the air, but does win it on the deck. Callum Wilson will pressurise the defender. Back to the keeper it goes. A little bit of pressure from Callum, but it's cleared quite easily by Travers. Only nodded out for a throw into Newcastle from Anthony. Foxy's in the house also. Paul Tully says, understandable start to the game as the players get back into the swing of things. I expect them to warm up though. Yes, indeed. Mackham Vermin says Julie J. Anyway, it's now with Fabian. No, it's not. It's Sven Botman actually. Oh, he goes there to Burn. And back to Sven Botman. Got share square. Pope don't know it. He goes all the way back to Nick Pope. And Nick Pope has it on the edge of the penalty area. Kicks it long to the right-hand side, looking for Trippier. Trippier chests it down brilliantly. And wins it also, but he's going to lose it now. And now the space here, and Trippier's left for Anthony to move into. Ball in behind for the run of Solanke. Great anticipation there by Botman. And Newcastle clear it. Fantastic defending there from Sven Botman to anticipate the pass and get in with a good challenge. And now Newcastle are on the attack. Dan Burn out to Joe Linton. Now Willock. He fell over the ball there. Willock slipped and Bournemouth can break. And it's with, I think it's Lewis Cook, the far side. Cuts it back. Shot from Bournemouth. Deflected corner ball to Bournemouth. That all came about from the slip from Joe Willock. Ryan Christie was on it like a shot. And Bournemouth are starting to get into the game. Kendo said would have been a good birthday present for Fabian Schär. It would have been. Still no goals. First corner of the game this is, and it's Bournemouth who's going to take it. 22 minutes on the clock. Still no goals. Well, that's a really awful corner from Ryan Christie. Straight to the side netting. Don't know what he was trying there. Twenty-two and a half minutes. Well, 22, 25 on the clock at the moment, 22 and a half minutes right now. Gary O'Neill's out on the touchline, cajoling his players along. They've come into the game a bit now. And tied up quite easily and ball down the line. Fabian Schär controls it wonderfully well. Matt the Grinch says we need to get more shots on goal. Botman plays it out wide to Dan Burn and down the line then to Joe Linton, back to Burn. Sven Botman lets that go across his body and Fabian Schär has to tie it up. Not very good that from Newcastle. And now Schär picks it up from the pass from Pope. We can get rid of it now. Long ball from Share to no one in particular. Going to run out of play in the Bournemouth half, and it's gone a bit scrappy all of a sudden, ladies and gentlemen. 23-20 on the clock. Still no goals, but Bournemouth are starting to get a little bit of a foothold in the game, if I'm being honest. Some bright stuff early on, but Bournemouth are coming into the game now. And Bournemouth do have a throw-in on their left-back position. He's gone down the line looking for, well, it's hit no one but Fabian Schär. Nodded back. Longstaff gets a flick to it, out of play. It's ruled to be a throw to Bournemouth on the halfway line. Bournemouth on the attack now, but stepped in lovely there. Longstaff. Botman played it into Bruno, back to Botman, and now out to Dan Burn on the left flank. Back it goes to Sven Botman, and Newcastle will build from deep. Can give it Longstaff if he wants to. Instead, he comes down the bottom here. Fabian Schär. That's a poor ball for Fabian Schär. Will fall for Newcastle? No, it doesn't. Really poor ball from Schär. Cuts out all the Bournemouth defenders quite easily. Billing has it. Cuts out there, Trippier. Nice show from Wilson. Did well to get in front of the defender there and get the ball. He has it now, Wilson, and played a nice ball out to Dan Burn on the left flank. Has Willock outside of him instead, comes inside for Joe Linton. Back to Dan Burn. Not a lot of movement for him, I've got to say. It's a bit stop-start from Newcastle so far. And that's a nice little flick. Willock's in the back here. Can he get a cross in? Cuts back inside. Plays it back. Dan Burn for charge. Now Burn over Guimaraes. Pass one. Oh, he could have shot, didn't. Went to Miggy instead. Trippier, the little curve. Once the handball, didn't get it. But Newcastle is still on the attack on that far left-hand side with Burn. Back it goes to Botman. Just short of the centre circle. In the Bournemouth half, mind. And now it's with Bruno Guimaraes. Bruno looking for a ball. That's a lovely ball for the middle. Longstaff inside for Wilson. Wilson turns. Can Wilson get a shot in? Can Wilson get a shot in? Of course he can! But I think it's going to be disallowed. He's celebrating a goal. People are celebrating with him. I don't know what's going to happen here. We've got VAR in the Carabao Cup. Don't know. But it looks like Callum Wilson scored, folks. 1-0 to Newcastle United. And let's not have any spoilers either. Estrofogo, who was saying it before, and Miguel Aguirre, before I said so. A bit of like a to-do on the line. I'm not sure if this goal's going to be allowed, guys. There's a flag up for offside. So that goal isn't allowed. I'm not sure where the offside was. I'm not sure if it was someone lying in the middle of the area. There's no VAR in this, I don't think. So just something didn't look right about it, guys. Something just didn't look right about it. So still 0-0. We're going to see the offside here. Well, there's no offside there. That's not offside. Never. Oh, because Willock touched it and he was offside. Willock hadn't touched it. It was a goal. Never mind. 0-0 still. But Newcastle are on the attack on this right-hand side with Wilson, who's coming into it more. Good strength from Wilson, but he's, in the end, muscled off it. But bad ball from Bournemouth to clear it. Newcastle will have a throw-in. And the refs give it the other way. That's pathetic by the referee there. Wilson is wincing, actually. Newcastle do have the ball, though. And now Miggy has it. Can Miggy get across him with his right foot? He cuts inside on his left. Comes back to Trippier. Trippier's cross comes in. Looking for Newcastle head. Found Wilson over the top of the bar. Looking sharp at the moment, Callum Wilson. Newcastle starting to take a little stronghold in it again now. We're scrappy for 10 minutes or so, but that's a foul there. But left play advantage. That's not a bad good ball, but Bruno does get the second ball back again. Bruno plays out wide. It's with Willock. Now back to Bruno again. Bruno will look for a ball maybe to Fabian Schär. That's who gets it. Now it's with Longstaff. Longstaff out wide for Trippier. Little ball inside there for Longstaff. Nice run. Finally got 3 of its marker. It's going to be a corner ball to Newcastle United. The offside was somebody just looked right with it. There was kind of a bit of a melee in the middle of the centre, in the middle of the penalty area. Willock fell over someone's feet, left him in an offside position. The ball hits him as the ball came through, but he's the one that's caused the offside. Cross comes in, swung in there from Trippier, but he goes all the way back to the keeper after deflection. Nick Pope has it now, just short of the penalty area. 28:50 on the clock, folks. Long ball from Pope, which is nodded up in the air. That's not great, but luckily it falls for Bournemouth and Anthony has it. It's not Anthony, it's Solanke, in fact. He's robbed. Now it's Longstaff. It's a nice ball from Longstaff. Oh, he's fell over. Wilson's in here, Wilson. Oh, didn't quite fall for him. Mepham got away with murder there. Wilson looks very sharp at this precise moment in time. Looks dangerous every time he gets the ball. It's a good idea from Longstaff. Mepham fell over. Just didn't fall for Longstaff. For Wilson, sorry. And that otherwise he'd been 1-on-1 with the keeper. Injured player, Bournemouth player down on the floor. Still 0-0. And the guts of half an hour gone. We're going to see this goal again now. He's offside there. He's offside there. If the ball hits Willock, if it doesn't, it's a goal. We're going to see that we play again. Longstaff's pass into Wilson. Willock's, he falls over there. Doesn't touch him. That's not offside. That doesn't touch him. That is not offside. Terrible decision from the linesman. Absolute shocker from the linesman there. Minnesota Mag's right. The ball doesn't hit Willock. The goal should have stood. You're right. Foxy says the same. Disgraceful they disallowed that goal. Willock did brilliantly not touch it. Thanks, Dr. Octa, for your little tribute there. Thanks, mate. Trevor says Wilson is definitely up for it. There's no VAR, says Kamal. That's right. But yeah, linesman flagged death. How he could see Willock had touched it, I'll never know. Absolute shocking decision. Should be 1-0. Johnny Robb says robbed again. Ian says they're starting to be up again now. We are indeed. Just had a little kind of quiet spell for about 5 to 10 minutes. At the back in the manner again now. Bruno's just nodded that lovely into the path of Toon Botman. Out wide then to Dan Burn. Dan Burn's got loads of space to an inch if he wants to use it. And he does in the end. Cross comes in, deflected, and falls into the grateful arms of Travers. Ian says, don't panic. Barney says, going through the gears. And Jason said the goal should have stood. It should have stood. Hard to see on the first viewing, but how the linesman could see that was offside, well, it's beyond any kind of belief, really. Anyway, Newcastle, I haven't letting Bournemouth get out here. Bruno with a pass, tried to thread it through an eye of a needle, but didn't quite work for him. Now it's with Botman out wide, then to Burn inside for Joe Linton. Joe Linton comes all the way back to Botman again. Square then to Kieran Trippier. A bit of pressure from the Bournemouth players. Great little knock from Trippier. Miggy gets to come inside and gets fouled by number 33, who carried on with his run. I think it's Zamina, the number 33. Miggy's down injured. Dave says this cup is a chance of a trophy this year. Liverpool and Man City going out. Great to see Newcastle back in action. Indeed, it is. I think it's Zamina with a foul there. Miggy's back on his feet again. Now it's with Kieran Trippier. Kieran Trippier, ball inside. Miggy, now Bruno. Bruno's running across the pitch and goes all the way to Burn. Burn has Joe Linton wide on the left. He gives it to Burn. So Joe Linton, sorry. Back to Burn. Burn's got a little bit of space moving too. Will he try and cross it in again? Now he goes out wide to Joe Linton inside, then to Bruno, who's everywhere at the minute. Bruno cuts inside, pass out here to Share, and now Kieran Trippier. Spreading the ball out nice ball into the box. They're looking for the runner Longstaff. That's Longstaff now, sorry. Ball into Miggy wasn't great, and Bournemouth can clear it. Although the pressure is huge on the Bournemouth side, and they do get it away eventually. But it'll be, in fact, brilliant play there from Fabian Schär to win the ball. And they can spread it all the way on the far side to Dan Burn, who's got acres of space to win into here. No one with him, though, so he comes back inside to Guimaraes. Guimaraes comes square for Fabian Schär. Second time I've heard that. Second time it rhymed. Schär's gone past two. Little flick out with the outside of his boot. Didn't quite work. They want a corner for it. They'll get one too. It flicked off a Bournemouth boot. Blue Card Man thinks it's going to be a 3-0 win. Nice bit of football from Fabian Schär there. Newcastle, as I say, attacking the Gallagher end, 38-3 and 40 on the clock. Sven Botman's forward being marked by a much smaller man, Lewis Cook. God, he's a foot smaller. So if anything good here, delivery-wise, and Botman could be in for a chance. Lewis Cook must have springs in his boots to be able to mark Sven Botman. Real mismatch in that penalty area. In comes the ball, looking for Botman. Botman did get there. Volley from Wilson, just over the bar. Unlucky. Great anticipation again from Wilson. And just over the bar on the volley from the angle of the 6-yard box. But yeah, it was mismatches all over the place there. In the end, Lewis Cook wasn't marking anyone. Schär got the header, and Wilson right-footed volley. Yeah, good effort. Looking for that far corner. It wasn't far away. Blue Card Man thinks it'll be a Newcastle Man United final. Well, that'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Dan Burn has it on the left flank. Back he comes then to Sven Botman. Square to Fabian Schär. Third time I've said square to Fabian Schär. Now Kieran Trippier has it in the right back position. Down the line he goes. It's a nice little ball. Poorly controlled, though, from Callum Wilson. He does chase it, though. Willock gets out jumped, though, and Lewis Cook has it. And Willock gets out muscled there, actually, but a nice foot in there from Sean Longstaff, and now Burn has it. Now it's with Joe Linton. Joe Linton at full pace, going against number 15. Cuts inside him, goes outside him. Great little skill from Joe Linton, very much strong. The pass ain't great. Bruno just well to get hold of it, though. Cuts back inside, might have a different distance, doesn't know. Goes out to Dan Burn. Down the line, he's offside, so just Joe Linton just lets the ball go, and the ball runs out of play for a goal kick to Bournemouth. Joe Linton has his hair dyed red tonight. 35-40 on the clock, and although we played well and had a goal disallowed wrongly, as it turned out, it's at times it's been scrappy, but we have kind of pushed up the momentum a bit. Bournemouth holding on slightly, I would say. So Mina back to Travers in the goal. Going to get pressured here. Then he has to clear it in a panic, and out of play it goes. So the pressure works, and Newcastle do regain, I should say, possession. Just shy of, well, just in their half on the left-hand side, and it's already with Fabian Schär in the centre of the park. Fabian Schär looking for a pass, will probably come down to Trippier, and does do. Trippier's got all the time in the world. Steps inside, may go to the Botman. Oh, Diaz, a terrible ball from Trippier. We're in trouble. Trippier well stepped in from Fabian Schär, though, to cover the captain's blushes there. Trippier gave the ball away poorly. Now Botman has it. Now out to Burn. Paul says, top shirt tonight, very topical. Thanks, mate. Wasn't an accident. Cleared out for a throw into Newcastle, level with the Bournemouth penalty area. Shame about that pass from John Mitchell said, terrible game. Yeah, ain't great. Paul Taylor says, come on, Newcastle, let's go. Ashley, if it was a Man U final, we needed 2-0 against them for revenge. Last time we lost 2-0 for 2. Yeah, the other two were 2-0, and Arsenal was, yeah. You're right. 99-98. We didn't turn up to either of those games. Anyway, Fabian Schär, ball through the middle. That's a great ball. It's going to be a corner ball, though. Flicked off the head of Samina, and it will be a corner. The linesman didn't see that. I can see that from here. Refs give a goal kick. Linesman give a goal kick. Clear deflection off the Bournemouth player for a corner, and somehow the linesman, who saw the offside, strangely enough, when there's bodies lying everywhere. Oh, it's the most blatant deflection you're ever going to see. This linesman, man. Great pressure from Newcastle, and they've got the ball back in a very dangerous area. Guimaraes missed out Willock. The ball was for Willock, supposedly, but he let it go. Joe Linton back inside for Bruno, who's everywhere at the minute. Might have a shot distance. Does do! Straight in the arms of Travers from about 20 yards or so. $7.63 in the chat, folks. If you do like what you're seeing, don't forget to hit that like button, folks. It does mean an awful lot to us. Also, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and subscribe to the Toon Review community. And if you really like us, love us, in fact, become a member like the others 15, well, the other lots of members we have. Gets you through to competitions for prizes and stuff. That's a bad foul on Bruno there for Kiefer Moore. And that should be a yellow card. Boot down the back of the Achilles. Bruno's up. But that's that's a nasty tackle, actually. And I think he should get booked for that. He's not going to, though. Yeah, as I was saying, to become a member, just hit the join button, take you through to a payment page. And, of course, Super Chats are available. Lots of you already have done tonight already. Just press the dollar sign, and that will take you to a payment page where you can just come donate what you like to the channel. Everything will be appreciated, no matter how big or small, or gratefully received. Still no goals. Free kick to Newcastle. Edge of the centre circle, which is curved in now. Looking for a Newcastle head. Might find Dan Burn. A little touch on and just fell into the arms of Travers, luckily. And it was Fabian Schär with the final touch. Very close there for Newcastle. Julie J says, sounds like Bournemouth have parked the bus. They're getting pressurised now, though. They're starting to make mistakes. Great flick up on Botman. Nearly into the path of Schär. Did get a little tiny toe on it, but all into the arms of Travers in the goal. Still no goals. No almost 40 minutes on the clock. I think Bournemouth, like Judy says, may have came for penalties here. A little push in the back there, and referee sees it also from Kiefer Moore. Getting away with murder so far. The board is with Sven Botman. Here's one of them trademark long balls looking for Miggy. Miggy gets the head to it. It's Kieran, actually. Miggy won't keep that in. Be a throw into Bournemouth deep in their own half. Ball is back with the Bournemouth keeper. Trippier almost gives the ball away again. It's a couple of times he's been a bit profligate with possession back in his own half, but luckily this time it didn't. It fell to Bruno. Schär has it and he goes square to. But stop saying that. Goes square to Botman, out wide to Dan Burn. Bournemouth do pick it up, though. And at the minute, it's a free kick to Bournemouth with their centre halves. Yeah, you can't be posting links, mate. Sorry. Immediate block. I'm not taking it. We've got no mods. I'm just going to block whoever puts anything like that in. Thanks, Julie, for saying that. Yep, cheers. Anyhow, Bournemouth on the attack. Travers has it, clears it. Looking for it's very much Route 1 football from Bournemouth. Looking for the head of Moore or Solanke. It's a throw into Newcastle. Taken, and Bruno has it. Brings it down into control. Poor ball from Bruno, though he was fouled in the process there. Referee saw no reason to give a free kick for some reason. But Bournemouth on the attack with their most dangerous player in the first half, Anthony. Anthony going against Trippier, being helped by Longstaff. A little flick inside to Zemina. Back he comes to Lewis Cook. Lewis Cook, industrious midfielder, sliding there from Longstaff. Didn't get the ball, didn't get the player, fortunately. And he plays it out wide to the 15, who is the captain. Smith, and it's out. That's terrible. That's terrible from Ryan Christie. Just ran the ball out of play for no reason whatsoever. Joe Linton has it. So Willock, and now Botman in his own penalty area now to Schär, who's got plenty of space to win into. Under no pressure. Finally going to get a bit of pressure from Solanke. Long ball. It's a great ball too. It's with Mig. It's Trippier, who's the most forward player, They overhit the cross by about 5 yards. So, yeah, but great run from Trippier. Unfortunately, the pass didn't match the run. Bruno plays it, fouled by Moore again, but this time he gets away with it, gets away from him, and Newcastle do attack with Joe Willock. Back to it's very much 11 men behind the ball from Bournemouth here. Have to be creative to get through this. Bruno over the top, looking for Trippier. Back it goes. Miggy, can he bend one? Miggy trying to go. He didn't get the room. Gravesh, now Dan Burn in the box. Gets a cross in, but it ain't great, and it's cleared. This is very much attack via defence at the moment. Out for throw into Newcastle. Keith says we cannot finish tonight. Bournemouth sitting in their own half as we're doing nothing. Yeah, it's not good. We are starting to create. We are looking dangerous, though, and we have had a goal to allow for nothing. Callum Wilson has it. Back he goes to Bruno. Just knocked on to Cher. Cher goes past one and plays the ball out wide for Kieran Trippier, who's always available on his right flank. Now Longstaff. Back to Trippier. Little ball up the line for Miggy. Space created here. Oh, could have had a dig. Burn. Now Willock. And, well, Bruno. There's a foul out in the box on Wilson. But there's space here for... That's a great cross. Can he knock it in? No, he can't. Good Lord, Miggy Almiron. You should have scored an open goal there. Was it on one? It was. Open goal missed there by Miggy on the far post. Great play from Newcastle to create the space. Ball came across the far post. Missed everyone except for Miggy. Empty net to knock it into. And he miskicked the ball just 2 yards from goal. At a little bit of an angle, but with no goalkeeper in it. Newcastle come again now. Dan Burn, who's coming into the game, was an attacking force, strange enough, on that left flank. Bruno goes past one. Ball inside ain't great. It's cuts out. Do we win the ball back? No, we don't. Kiefer Moore plays it back. Yeah, should have really scored there. There was a foul edge of the box. Bruno created this. It was Dan Burn with a great cross. And he was trying to be too clever. He should have blasted it near post. Just going to block as Will now. Ball over the top, looking for Wilson. Will he get there? No, he don't. Cleared down the pitch, looking for... Well, it's Newcastle have it again. Great little bit of play from Miggy, but he loses out. Chip down the pitch. Nodded through Cher. Oh, that's a foul, referee. And he gives it in the end. Finally. 3 minutes of injury time. We've played 1.5 of them so far. Long ball from Trippier, looking for the run of Wilson's in. Can he? Oh, he did well to defend that, the Bournemouth lad. To be fair to Bournemouth, can come away with it, and it's a nice bit of play from them. Though we do win the ball back, well played. The ball ain't great, but Wilson steps in, and well, Bournemouth eventually do clear it, and it's with Anthony, who's been their danger man all night. Really, 2 minutes of the 3 added on have been played. And he's gone past 2 or 3. Lovely little play there to Zemina. Zemina's gone to the box. Now it's with Solanke. Solanke still. Good tackle, though. And Newcastle with a little back foot of their own. Now Bruno has it. Bruno's tackled, but let's see the pace of Willock. Oh, foul by Willock. And it'll be a free kick to Bournemouth in there. Well, he doesn't think it's a free kick, but he's given a free kick, and it's in their heart. It's in the Newcastle half, but no foul for the one on Bruno though, which is ridiculous. Yeah, strange that. Smith got one for his foul, but almost end of the first half. Been some good stuff in the first half. Been some poor stuff also. It's been a very scrappy game. Goal to Slough for nothing, which has kind of tainted the game in my opinion. And Miggy missing an own goal just before half time. Yeah. So here comes a free kick from Bournemouth, looking further ahead. It's cleared. Now it's with Miguel Almiron, and the half-time whistle's gone. No goals in the first half. Not been great. Linesman disallowed a goal he had no right to disallow. But no goals, and Miguel Almiron missed an open goal very late on. But apart from that, the pressure has been on. Miggy hasn't been quite the races, I've got to say. Not hit the ground running as he was before the World Cup layoff. But we have got plenty of stuff on the bench, plenty of options on the bench to kind of... Let's take the banner off. And we can do... what should we do? We can do our video, can't we, for the merch? I'm going to take 5 to have a wee, folks. Until then, you can watch our merch video.
So let's get down to business. I've been waiting, think I wanna make that move now. Baby, tell me if you like it. Tell me if you like it now. I've been waiting, think I wanna make that move now. Baby, tell me how you like it. Let's get down to business.
Well, folks, that was a quick run out for me. Lots of you in the chat. It's fantastic having you with us. So let's have a look at some of these comments. Fox is always a good man to listen to. Bournemouth send approach the league game. Yes, we'll try and nick a goal like they did earlier in the season. We need to get that first goal. So Bournemouth collapse. I agree with that totally. He's what you bang on. Matt says left side is completely dead with Burn. You say that, yet the best cross of the match came from Burn's boot. So, yeah, that's not the first 45 Andrew was expecting. Class ball by Burn, says Barney Robin. Indeed, it was. Mickey Man, come on. What's a terrible chance he's missed there, isn't it? Rodders says should be 2 up. Ref's crap. Stu, away the lads, Eddie's black and white army, absolutely. Tapping with the right foot, but still won't use it. So frustrating, says Danny, absolutely. Everyone's saying damn unlucky stepping up. Says we're damn unlucky, should be 2 up. Keith says should be 2 up, indeed. Barney is kind of he's still kind of optimistic. We score lots of second half goals, and yeah, we do. We're slagging off Miggy now. You're allowed to criticise when they make a fuck up like that, Ian. Let's be honest. It was horrific from Miggy at the far post. Is it far? No, it isn't. We need VAR. Ian can't keep up with it. Where are we? Just had a big skip of the comments. Oh, here we go. Just need to keep chipping away. Be wary of counts, says Tony. Tony Timebridge. James says they're all not match fit and sharp, but it's understandable with them being off. Same for both teams, though, James, isn't it? Keith says no VAR on this stage. No. But the linesman had no right to actually flag that because he no way he could see that Wheeler could touch the ball. He had no right to flag it. No right. Abu says, spoiler alert, Almiron has no right foot. Yes. Well, he deserves criticism for that. He deserves it. It was a poor miss. He's not been quite the races his first half, but that doesn't mean he's not going to come into a second half because he's a good player. A brilliant player. When your left is good enough, you do not need a right foot. Roberto Carlos didn't put yes, but Roberto Carlos played left back, not on the right wing. James, that's the difference. Lots of people laughing. Just be patient. We are quite obviously the most. We are indeed. We are definitely on top. Let's be honest. Mental that no VAR should be one up, says Dara. Yes, indeed. Hello, Jason said. I hope you're well. Dara says, hopefully Bournemouth will try and second half. Chance of that if they've had a virus like they say they have. Turf Monitor seems to be getting some people in this one. Not sure if Miggy can legit use that as an excuse, but everyone just getting back into the grip. That's true also. Chipper says, chance for ASM second half, mind here to stake a claim for Boxing Day. Yes, that's the way of looking at it, isn't it? And Craig says, Longstaff's having a shock here, take him off for Max and move Big J back to midfield. It's obviously an option, isn't it? Bruno says, hope it's not one of those games you don't take your chances, you get punished. Well, we've seen millions of those before, haven't we? Hope these chances don't cost us. Ewan, yep, happened before a million times. Time for good talking to from Eddie Howe, said Pedro. Mark Tulip says, how can you change your mind then put flag up when there's no VAR? Have to stick with the decision. Yes, that's couldn't agree more. He had no right to flag it. Any idea why the goal was allowed? I can only assume that the linesman, the referee's assistant, I should say, thought that Willock touched the ball while he was in an offside position. However, he didn't touch the ball, and therefore the linesman was guessing that he touched it and flagged on that. No VAR. Peter says, can't believe long touch blasted it over the. Yeah, that was another shot that he took that was a ridiculous effort from kind of 25 yards out. Yeah. Bournemouth never been match fit, says Shamrock Balls. Can't argue with them. What's that? Reckon the goal was just allowed because he thought Willock went to play the ball. It doesn't matter if he went to play it, he had to play. To be offside, he had to play the ball. He didn't play it, so there you go. Don't understand why there's no VAR in every pressure game because they can't afford it at the lower league grounds, I guess. Archero says, I hope you play better second half. KSA man thinks Bruno isn't fit. They thought Willock could touch the ball anyway. They did, but it's not a case of thinking, is it? They had to know, and yeah, he didn't touch it. Simple as that. It's a terrible, terrible decision. Matt says, let's hope Miggy picks it up after the miss. He's a confidence player, and that was a bad miss. Yes, it was indeed. They've actually defended him quite well, actually, haven't they? They haven't let him cut inside, so they showed him the outside every time. Once again, maybe like in the first game against Bournemouth, maybe he's trot across to the middle or maybe to the left side. Have a go over there. You know, it's just something different for 5 minutes. I mean, he has been floating around previously to the World Cup layoff. You know, he does come over the other side sometimes. Ian says we've played well. Just the final bit that we're seeing Bournemouth did there, haven't you? Right. Keep the faith, says Barney. Could swap Longstaff for Shalvey yet. That wouldn't be a bad choice and put Bruno further up the pitch. We have to try and make shots out off the box, says KSA man. Dara says the line doesn't flag straight away. Did you just guess? Yes, that's it. He guessed. Or either that or he relied on what the Bournemouth players told him. Well, guess what? Guess what the Bournemouth players are going to say to him? You know, it's a terrible, terrible bit of officiating from that linesman who quite clearly didn't know. The goals will come, says Trevor. I hope you're right. Someone needs to put an arm on Miggy after that, says Finn. Yes, you're probably right. He is a confidence player. Carlton, we are doing well, but their goal is one lucky punk. Yeah, Ricky says that fell that way, I've got to say, on a couple of occasions. Tangi says, if we're restricted to long range shots, Shalvey can hit them. I'm surprised Bruno hasn't took more than one, to be honest, because he's had plenty of chances to kind of shooting distance. Just did it once. And it went straight into the goalkeeper's midriff, didn't it? But yeah, it's we have started to kind of break through, haven't we, as the half went on. You know, we look more likely to break through and get proper chances, despite having 11 men on the ball at every opportunity. Stu says Colton. Well, Tony Tombridge says Colton. Do you feel lucky, Punk? Well, do you? After the first half, yes, I do. Stu says Colton. Nice one. Nice one. We can't be too critical being 6 weeks of non-competitive football, but we still look a real threat. We do. However, it is the same for both sides, isn't it? So, you know, it's not like it's only us that's had 6 weeks off. Ewan says, well, lads, Wilson goal coming. Yeah, he got into the game further as the game went on, didn't he? However, lads, says Andrew. 153 likes. Yeah, just to take what. Let's have a mass trip to that thumbs up button. It takes a second just to click on it. It doesn't cost you a penny. Hit that like button, folks. That's 700 of us in the chat. I'll do it after the show, obviously, because I can't do it now. But the 700 in the chat, there should be at least 500 likes in there. No, not showing them. Kamal says, I agree, it wasn't that bad of a half. Just need to be a bit more clinical. Shake off the cobwebs, we will be fine. I agree with that. Totally. Second half is what? No, how long we got? Let's get some more. Should we get some scores from other games? Because I haven't got a clue what the other scores are. All right, let's have a look at these other goals. Latest goal scorers. Let's have a look. Right, goals. It's Milton Keynes Dons 0, Leicester 2, Southampton 1, Lincoln 1, and Wolves 0, Gillingham 0. And the only team making light work of it are Leicester. Yeah, so of course we play Leicester next game. We don't want that one, do we? Let's find who scored. Tielemans and our old pal Jose Perez with the goals for Leicester. Jose Perez and Tielemans are the goal scorers for Leicester, and everything else is pretty deadlocked, even Lincoln and Southampton. So, yeah. James says, no, where did we get to here? Oh, dear. Jules in the house. Hello, Jules. Glad you're here. Internet's knackered. Leicester 2 up. Yeah, they still are. Lots of people saying hello. Too windy for Max, says Bruno. James says the wind will blow Max over. Next round on Thursday, I believe so, after the end of the last game, which is Liverpool-Man City, isn't it? £4.49 super chat from Connor. Thanks, mate. Very much appreciated. How are the lads? James thinks they still owe us money for Perez. Well, that'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Come January, when we wanted to be doing potentially business with Leicester. Yes, it's 400 likes for goals to be scored by the Toon, says Barney. Absolutely. Get that like button. Pilo Keith says, a bit rusty, good to get out of the system. Better second half, I predict. Jules wants Maxi on. You know what? So do I. I'd like to see a stretch on both flanks. Players are starting to come out now for the second half. Well, they're not actually. There's bits of warming up going on for the subs and stuff, but yeah. So I'm in the same boat with you, Charles. I'd like to see him come on also. Paul says Bournemouth is trying to park the bus. First goal goes in. I think they can capitulate. Yes, I agree. Ian says if the wind blows Max over and we get a free kick and win, will you still be moaning? Absolutely not. It's Christmas drinks every night of the year, says Stu. Do I think Newcastle will win the league? Some stage within the next 5 years, yes, I do. Possibly not this year, though. Johnny still thinks 3-0. He thinks it's going to be a McFlurry second half. Maxi's on the bench space bar. He do indeed. Spider-Man, No Way Home. Aaron, England for the World Cup. Bit late for that. I want Newcastle to win 2-1. What about you? Anyone will do me. Stu's agreeing with every night being a drinks night. The players are starting to come back on the pitch now. Yeah. We would all love to think it and see it, says James, about the league thing. No. Bruno thinks 70 minutes for Maxi. Julie says he won't make changes until at least the hour mark. So they are starting to come on for the second half. Almiron's out there. Can he make amends for that miss? Let's hope he can. He's never let us down all season. Foxy says Gillingham will rock bottom of League 2. And Wolves are struggling at home, indeed. Nearly missed the watch long. I need a dry slap. Can't wait to get to full speed, indeed. Joe Linton's in the house. Hope you are, Joe Linton. And our West Ham supporting friend, Jimmy Jones, is here also. Jimmy. Shadow Demons here. What do you think will win the Premiership? Truthfully, Man City. £5 super chat up there. One. The game started, by the way, and I've not even noticed. We're 11 seconds in. Cheers for that super chat. Up the A1 2-0 second half. Enjoyed. Thanks, mate. Let's take the chats off and let's get back to the commentary, which Newcastle have the ball with Dan Burn and back in his own half to Sven Botman. He goes across to Cher. I'm not saying the four-sided shape again to Cher because it sounds like a poet. Mickey's beaten to it by Zamina, and it's kept in play by Bournemouth. And it's a good play from Anthony. He fouled there, but they played the advantage. Does he play the advantage? Yeah, he does. It's with Solanke inside for, and this is similar to transfer for Bournemouth. Great tackle from did well there. Botman did really well step in. Now Miggy has it, and he's muscled off it there really easily by Lamina. But Willock does the same to the Bournemouth player and can come forward. And he's got some pace. Willock plays out wide for Joe Linton. It just slightly under hit it, and the Bournemouth defender got a foot in, cleared it for a throw in. Someone's going in the yellow, going in the book here. It might be Lewis Cook. It is Lewis Cook. I don't know what it's for. I think he tried to hack Joe Willock down. But a big chance at the other end, at the Bournemouth end. Spotman did brilliantly to win it from Solanke in the 6-yard box. So Newcastle have a free kick, actually. And I'm going to say it's 35 yards from goal. Trippier's over it to cross it in. He's not shooting from here. Little curvy one into the box. Finds there to Burn. Can he find the Newcastle player? Pushing in the box. Ref gives a free kick to Bournemouth. Robert Sammett's here from the beautiful island of Malta. Hope you're well, Robert. And Jimmy tells Robert that his father was born in Malta. Wonderful little place. Offside flag up from the goal kick, and Newcastle will have a free kick in our own half, attacking the Leeds' end. Where Paul and Alex are, of course, way up high. Not over the rainbow, but way up high. Bruno, ball thrust, a lovely pass. Willock didn't anticipate it, and Meckham got in and cleared it for a throw-in to Newcastle. Halfway inside the Bournemouth half on the left-hand side. And William also from Malta, William Vassallo. Dale wants Newcastle to win 2-0 for 650. That'll be a nice little winner for that if that comes in. Botman has it inside for Bruno. Bruno runs away from one, plays it inside. Longstaff. He'll play it out for Fabian Schär. And for Miggy, who's come further in field. And in fact turns and comes back the other way. Back he comes to Sven Botman in the centre circle. Sven Botman turns and goes up the top for Fabian Schär again. And he plays out wide for Kieran Trippier inside now for Bruno. Little space here. The little touch from Bruno just wasn't quite hard enough. would have set Miggy away had it have been hard enough, but the ball is back in the arms of Nick Pope and he's bowled it out straight away to Sven Botman. Botman has it approaching the Bournemouth half, plays it square for Bruno. Bruno picks up, goes past the player that comes to him, Cook, of course, on a yellow card. Risky pass from Bruno, didn't work. Cher nods it though to Kieran Trippier. And then back to Cher. Cher's got lots of space down here if he wants to come down here. Doesn't he? Instead he goes forward. Callum Wilson comes deep to pick it up and plays it in. Nice ball to Bruno. Bruno turns. Bruno comes back down to Sven Botman. He'll play it again to Joe Willock on his left flank. Willock cuts inside. Got a board in for Joe Linton. Goes to 1-2. Willock picks it up. Might go from distance here. Willock. Instead he goes square. Shot from Longstaff. Control from Longstaff. It's ball there. But we still have the ball back here with Fabian Cher. Fabian Cher approaching the penalty area. Great little knock in for Trippier. Trippier ball in the behind the defenders. Never going to get that in a month of Sundays. The two players the one player that played really well on Saturday against Valladolid, Longstaff, hasn't been great tonight, I've got to say. Carlton says, come on, Newcastle, make it a good Christmas for us after the World Cup. Indeed. Long kick out. We've got 50 minutes on the clock. And Bournemouth have it on the wide flank inside. Could lose that. Does lose it. And now Newcastle come away with it. Ball forward. Callum Wilson has it. Wilson goes past one. Is told back. Miggy has won it. We're going to get the free kick. And it should be a yellow card for that. Callum Wilson again making a real nuisance to himself there. Ray Husbands watching the Mighty Toon in Barbados. Good for you, Ray. Senesi with a foul there. Should be booked for that. Oh, it's a blatant body check. Ref did nothing. So, of course, Kieran Trippier's over this free kick. It's on the right-hand side. It's not really advantageous for him to shoot from here. That's going to be curved in, and maybe Kieran will leave it for Miggy to curve in. There's a player down injured, actually. It's, is it Billing? I think it's Billing. Might be a contact lens gone missing. Music Remix loves the channel. You are a top guy. Thanks, mate. Dale says it's going to be a tough game against Leicester on Boxing Day. It will be. Ooh. Billing going off for a minute. It's actually quite funny, actually, because obviously the league game they shoved Philip Billing on Joe Linton because they thought it was a danger man. Tonight they've shoved him on Miggy, and he's kind of shit him out of the game, hasn't he? He's kind of their one-man wrecking ball, isn't he? That Billing. Anyway, cross comes in, looking for a Newcastle head all the way across the face of goal. One touch would have put it in the back of the net. Unfortunately, one didn't come. Still no goals, and it's 52 minutes on the clock. Fabian Cher was probably closest to it. Great delivery from Trippier. Bent round the players. Oh, any touch is in. Christ, so unlucky. Neil says we expected too much. Long clearance. It's one in the air from Newcastle. Callum Wilson. Oh, dear me. There's a foul there, referee. Climbing all over the back of whoever it was. I think it might have been Joe Linton. Ref didn't give a free kick. Anyway, ball's out for throwing to Bournemouth. Billing doesn't look very happy with life, I've got to say. Pope has it. It's cleared. It's a throw to Bournemouth. Not much going on at the minute. Billing chips it over the top. Fabian Schär tidies up into the feet of Trippier. Trippier down the line, looking for the run of Wilson. There's not going to be 2 men to it. And it's tidied up by Billing, actually, back to the keeper. Billing wants it back and gets it also, and will come from deep with the ball himself. Former Huddersfield man plays it out wide for Anthony. Anthony will go at Trippier here. Longstaff comes in, steps in to help out, and therefore Anthony comes back to Zemina. Now inside for Lewis Cook, who's available square. Back then to the centre halves. Zemina chips over the top, but only go on Trippier's head. Ball header. Bournemouth coming through the middle here. Great tackle over from Schär to win the ball. Schär through the middle, looking for over the top of that, and Wilson was in. Bournemouth do win the ball, and Wilson's going to pressurise and win it back too. Well played, Callum Wilson. And indeed gets the ball back too. Plays it square. Longstaff plays it to Dan Burn. Down the line to Joe Willock. Little ball inside. Poor from Willock. Nowhere near Longstaff. All the way back to the keeper. It's got a bit tatty again. Bit tatty on this left-hand side, especially. Long ball. Well, it's aimless. Pope comes out and heads deals with it with his head. Going to be a throw into Bournemouth halfway in our half. So it's going to be taken by, I can't see who it is. It might be Billing, actually, this side. Come over this side. It's not, it's Smith. Down the line for Kiefer Moore, holding the ball up. And is into touch. It's a throw into Bournemouth. Willock, he's in pain now. He's holding his chest. It's a throw into Bournemouth. And then it goes then to Solanke. Solanke, nice little knock there. Kiefer Moore trying to get round the back, and it's going to be a corner to Bournemouth. No, it's not. It's kept in. But again, Bournemouth do win the ball back, and they have it deep. Cross comes in from Bournemouth, looking for Bournemouth. Head finds one. Whoa, just wide from Kiefer Moore. Very, very close. Very, 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 very close. It's well played from Adam Smith down this side. Cross comes in. Kiefer Moore gets in front of, I think it's Dan Burn. It is. It's literally that far wide of the post. Looks like Joe Willock could be coming off. And on comes Maxi. Obviously, he'll go straight to left wing. Not been great tonight, Joe. I know, Vic. Hope you well, mate. Ball over the top there, looking. Maxi actually involved straight away. Gets in the way there, and his header just falls away from his support. Botman has it. Probably going to go all the way back to Pope. Does do. Got Burn available on the left flank. He goes to Burn. And Burn's got 10 yards to move into. He said he plays it to Bruno, who approaches the centre circle. Goes in the centre circle now. Bruno marking. He's got a man on him behind, and is fouled by him. That should be a yellow card. That's about Kiefer Moore's fourth, and 3 of them have been on Bruno. And here is Bruno now. Bruno steps into the pocket. Plays it wide. Dan Burn squeezes it out to Maxi. Maxi on his right foot. Kitchen side 1, kitchen side 2. Turns round. Does well there, Maxi. Brilliantly from Maxi. Get a cross in, Maxi. He'll get a corner. Good persistence by Alison Maximan. And for the first time, in the game, we've had a man attacking the fullback. He got a corner for it. So it'll be Kieran Trippier with an outswinger from that. Well, it's an in-swinger, of course it is, with his right foot from the left-hand side. Near post is probably the area it's going to. It's gone a bit deeper than that, looking for. Well, it's punched away from Travers. Nodded back in from Newcastle. Will find Wilson. Oh, it's nodded off. He took off his boots. And Bournemouth can break. And here they come on the counter with Anthony on that left-hand side. Well stepped in. He beat 2 players. Luckily, they're 3 players. And in the end, we do get a fit on it and do come away with it. It's with Miggy. Played it square. Joe Linton. Now it's Alison Maximan picking it up with Joe Linton on the overlap. Maxi slowed it down a little bit, looking for options. He goes back to Dan Burn. Ball down the line to Joe Linton. Back to Maxi. Maxi's got 2 men on him, but it goes inside to Bruno. Bruno can float it to the top. He does. He gives it to Fabian Schär. Fabian Schär now has got 10 yards to move into if he wants to. Instead, he plays it back to Bruno. Got a man on him now, Bruno. Bruno goes out to Trippier. Now it's Trippier, sorry, on the wide right side. But it's Boots in there from Bournemouth, spoils it and gets it away for a throw to Newcastle on the halfway line. Quickly taken, though. It's with Fabian Schär now. He'll come down the bottom looking for Sven Botman, and he'll come even further down to Alison Maximan. First touch ain't great, but he beats his man superbly. Maxi going at 1, going at 2. Lovely little ball on the outside. Joe Linton, first touch ain't great, and the Bournemouth player gets in. The first touch did that for Joe Linton there, and it's cleared from Mepham. But it's cut out by Dan Burn with his chest. Brilliantly done. Little square ball to Bruno. That's the ball he's played. Might go square again. Little touch inside. Nice triangle there from Newcastle. Now Maxi's first touch ain't great either. Brings him back a bit. Bruno's still on the move though. Picks it up. Now Botman. Square to Schär. That's 5th time I said it. And now Trippier. Oh, that ball ain't good from Trippier. And Bournemouth can come in a break, but they didn't make any advantage of that. And Newcastle have a throw in, which Kieran Trippier will take. An hour on the clock, folks. It's still 0-0, but it's getting a little bit better. Getting a little bit better. The impetus that Alan Maximan has brought into the team is helping us. Pope needs to be out there and is and clear it down the middle. Looking for that's a great ball, but bounces over Maxi's head. It will be a throw into Bournemouth. Good vision that from Pope. Unfortunately, the bounce of the ball went over Maxi's head. Maxi has no Gucci band on tonight, incidentally. Throw's taken by Bournemouth, and a nice bit of skill there from Solanke. Takes him past 2 players. Ball is poor though. Burn steps in. Bruno steps inside 1, steps inside 2, is fouled. We'll get a free kick. That must be the 11th time that Bruno's been fouled today. And now Newcastle are on the attack with Schär. Miggy comes deep to pick it up, and in fact he steps inside looking for a pass. He'd probably come down to Dan Burn. He does do. Dan Burn has it, and well, that's just poor from Dan Burn. Very poor. Should have gone to Max. He didn't do so. He's going to try and win the ball back. Burn here doesn't do so. Travers clears it. Long down the pitch. Nodded away from Billing beats Longstaff to the ball and plays it out to Anthony. Has the wing on the outside. The overlapping wing back, sorry. Back to Anthony. Got a bit of space here. Bournemouth getting a few men forward here. Here's Billing. Billing goes past Trippier. Plays it back to Anthony. Ball inside. They're in space here, Bournemouth. In the box. Poor cross straight to the arms of Nick Pope. Nick Pope looking for a quick ball out. Can't do so. In the end, he shovels it out to Fabian Schär. Now it's with Miggy. Plays it out to Trippier. Now it's with Longstaff. Great ball to Maxi. 1-on-1. He's got 1-on-1 here. And now he's doubled up. He comes inside the second man. Beats him on the outside. Beats him on the inside. Brilliant for Maxi. Maxi tried from distance. Blocked. Falls to Wilson. Oh, unlucky. This didn't fall right for him. Bruno's come inside. Bruno plays it out to... now it's with Miggy. Miggy kicks in looking for a cross. It's a poor cross. And Bournemouth will get it clear. Sliding tackle. Wins the ball back. Ref gives a free kick. Not sure it was. And Senesi is down injured. Bournemouth about to make a change. Player down injured. 62.5 on the clock. Nearly 800 in the chat. It's brilliant, folks. Brilliant to have you with us for live football. Joe Linton says sloppy passes today. There's been a few of them, Joe. You're quite right. The 17's coming on, whoever he may be. And Ryan Christie's coming off. Jack Stacey's coming on. I believe he's a centre-half. Speaks volumes. Taking the attacking player off and bringing a centre-half on. Speaks volumes, that. Really does. Anyway, it's a free kick to Bournemouth, which the centre-back hoofs forward, flicked on, but it will be tied up by Kieran Trippier. And he gives it a bit of Peter Kay into touch. Have it. Barbara says they're shutting up shop playing for pens. Indeed. Looks that way, doesn't it? Bournemouth with a nice pass there, and everything they do comes down the left flank. Anthony and the left back, that's a nice little crossing, but it's cuts out nicely. Longstaff. Now it's in the path of Joe Linton. Now Maxi didn't get a chance to bring it down because the defender was straight on him, Smith. There is George to be had down here, though, with Smith. I'm sure Max can do damage here. Bruno has it now. Got a man coming on from behind. He needs a shout. Gives it to Maxi. Maxi looks to come inside and little back flick to Bruno. Back to Maxi. Nice little bit of football between the two of them. Dan Burn then takes over and gives it to Sven Botman. Fabian shares the ball. A little bit of pressure coming from Solanke. Nice ball over to Miggy. Miggy's first touch is good and gets it back to Trippier. Nice footballer from Newcastle. Wilson picks it up, plays out wide to Longstaff. Nice ball inside. Now Miggy has a chance. Miggy, can he? Well, he's gone for the pass. It's kind of the area he shoots from usually. Bruno did brilliant to win it back. And now plays it back to Fabian Schär. Now Bruno again. A little bit of space. Got Billing in front of him. Billing's obviously detailed to mark Bruno now. Obviously becoming a bigger influence in the game as the game's going on, Bruno. How long will it last? The question. Now it's with Maxi. The 1-2. Slide in there from Billing. Got to be a free kick. Didn't give it. Chip ball over the top looking for Maxi. Will he keep it in? Just about. But the defender comes in. Puts it out for a throw-in to Newcastle. No spoilers, folks, please. Please do not comment until I've spoken. I'm going to take you out the chat now. Sorry about that. Dan Burn. It's just across the line here. Trippier in for Miggy. Back to Trippier. Cross comes in from Trippier looking for a Newcastle player. It's an own goal. It's an own goal. They've got too many centre-halves on the pitch. Too many centre-halves on the pitch. And one of them knocked it past his own goalkeeper. I think it's actually the captain, Smith, who scored it. But it's an own goal. They're not going to just allow that. Nowhere on God's earth. So in the end, the goal came via an own goal. It's hard to celebrate an own goal, ain't it? There we have it, 1-0. An own goal. But please do not shout spoilers in the chat. If I've not commented it, don't say it. Shadow Demon, you're in timeout, mate. Sorry about that, but well, V-Fender, I've just done it. Biff, you're going in timeout also, mate. Sorry about that. But it's 1-0 to Newcastle anyway. An own goal finally. But those are, unless I've commented on it, do not say it in the chat, please. It's spoiling it for everyone else that's in here. So next time you do, Biff or the other fellow that I've just put on timeout, it'll be full-time block. So you've been warned. Anyway, Newcastle on the attack end. Miggy into it now. I bet Gary O'Neill wish I'd made all that defensive sub now. Newcastle have the ball anyway. It's with Miggy. Back to Trippier. Little floated ball. It's blocked. It's going to be a throw. Is it? No, actually, Ant did as well to win it. It's going to be a foul that from Trippier. Took one for the team. Kamal's 5 minutes ahead of me. at least didn't spoil though, Kamal. I've gone all Simon Cowell's blue car, man. The thing is, everyone's warned about spoilers. If I've not commented on it, then you don't say it. Simple as that. Six to 8.5 minutes gone. Judy J says, wait until Billy says what he sees. Porky Street says, we'll take it all night, Billy, come on. Overthinking and the thinker says, can't watch the match and Billy's watchlog is my only way of finding out what's happening in the game. No frigging spoilers, absolutely. And then Newcastle in attack here with Maxi, ball in the middle, cut out by Billing. Well, they got away with murder there, but can Newcastle win the ball back here? They can. It's going to go for a throw-in, unfortunately. There's a player down injured for Bournemouth. I think it might be Kiefer Moore that they decided to play on. Instead of that, is Kieran Trippier getting a booking for this? I think he did. Yeah, he did. He's going to get booked for that. Trippier's down injured as well. Holding his... Surely he's not coming off, Trippier. Kiefer Moore's down injured at the minute. If Vendetta wants a time check, you can indeed. It's 69.5 minutes on the clock, mate. Sorry about that. Hard to get excited about an own goal, I've got to say. It's much easier to celebrate. Humphrey Matthews says, fucking useless, Bournemouth. Well, you don't want to tempt fate too much, mate. I mean, Gary Neal's just made a big statement of intent by bringing the defender on and taking an attacker off. And the minute he did that, he scored an own goal, which is poetic justice, in my opinion. Bruno has it, calmed it down, back to Burn, now back to Sven Botman, all the way across to Fabian Schär. Has Trippier square of him if he wants to play it, so he does. Trippier knocks it down the line. It's a lovely pass, and it's with Sean Longstaff. It's Joe Linton, in fact. Joe Linton obviously plays it wide for Miggy. Miggy's going to cut inside. No, he doesn't. He goes outside to Trippier. He's managed to get all that ground back. The balls to Bruno's got a man on him, and Bruno did brilliant to get away from the man there. Plays a lovely pass out for Miggy. Miggy's going to cut inside. He's going to come to the right foot, and then he goes back to Trippier. Cross comes in from Trippier, straight into the arms of Travis. Michael's about 2 minutes ahead. 71.5 minutes on the clock. Mal Le Grinch says, proves karma is a real thing for this allowed goal from Wilson. David Honor says, please can I say hello to Lola in Spain? Hello, Lola in Spain. Hope you're well, Lola. Hope you're enjoying the game. Not sure Joe Linton suits red hair, to be quite honest. Kind of looks ginger. Jay Sherm 007 with a strange comment. He says he's farted and it smells. Well, good for you, Jay Sherm. Tends to be what happens. Great cover from Trippier there. Now Bruno has it. Got Billing in front of him. He plays it. Not a great ball there from Wilson. And missed Trippier and went out for a throw-in to Bournemouth on the halfway line, which is quickly taken. For some reason they're showing the Bournemouth goalkeeper. I don't know whether he's limping or not, but it's with Billing. Big old unit he is, and he's kind of taken charge of the Bournemouth side at the moment. Back he goes then to Adam Smith on this right-hand side for them. Inside he goes for Lewis Cook. Back to there's pressure coming on from Maxi. And now it goes to Mepham. Pressure coming in there. Oof, he just got away with it. But the pressure couldn't be completed. It went to the far side, so the near side Mepham. Inside now for Stacey. Stacey's going to lose that now. He did well, actually. He played out to Lewis Cook. Nice bit of football from Bournemouth to get themselves clear of the press. And that's with the number 25 who plays it square for Billing, who's kind of playing in between the centre halves and midfield. He's coming forward here, Billing. Billing's gone past 3. Billing's gone past 4. Cross comes in, cuts out. Oh, it's going to fall to number 17. Great save, Pope. Great save. And it's a good shot. It's a good chance for the number 17, who is Stacey. Obviously isn't a centre half. I also thought he was, but he ain't. Oh, unless I've moved him up there now. He's probably right back, is he? Or left back. Good effort. Straight through this crowd of players. Billing came forward, caused all sorts of problems there. The ball did fall for Stacey, but great save from Pope. Got down really, really well. 13 shots against 3 for Newcastle. It's with Bruno Guimaraes at the minute. Floats the ball, spreads it for Maxi, takes on his chest. Did really well to keep it in play. Got 2 men on him. He'll stop inside one. A little chip over the top. Great run in there for Miggy. Left foot, nearly at their own goal out. Stephen Bournemouth. It's a corner to Newcastle. Nearly an own goal from Meppel, but well played, Miggy. Ian McWilliams says, please can you give my boy Dexter a shout. We're loving your live stream. Yes, Dexter, I hope you're well, mate. I hope you enjoy the live stream. Jim says, playing another Prem team today, great way of getting ready for Boxing Day. Yes, it is, mate. Absolutely. I think we'll get more benefit out of this than Leicester will at Milton Keynes, let's be honest. 74 minutes on the clock. Kieran Trippier's coming across to take a corner. Ball's not, I'm not saying that, ball's in the quadrant, but still, could be an in-swinger. The last one caused all sorts of problems. If someone can get near post. In it comes, it's gone further, it's deep, much deeper, and knocked back across goal, out for goal kick. It was Callum Wilson with the header. Who's lasted 75 minutes and looks really, really good, actually. Changes of a foot. We're going to see Chris Wood and we're going to see Jacob Murphy. And off is coming Callum Wilson. Just after I said he looks good. And Miggy's coming off also. So, not the great performance from Miggy, but minutes in his legs. He's been injured, of course. And he'll be fine for Leicester on Boxing Day. On comes Jacob Murphy and Wilson's off and Chris Wood is on. Minnesota Mag says, taking Wilson off, Eddie banking on no pens. Well, they have brought Wood on, who's just as good at penalties as Callum Wilson. Let's not forget. There's one thing Chris Wood is good at, it's penalties. Hopefully it won't come to that. But anyway, we have set up for the press. The 2 defenders are on each side of the penalty, the 6-yard box. But Newcastle are showing 3 in front of them. And they're going to make a change now. And off's coming, the left back. I can't remember his name. Is it Samina? Something like that. Off he comes and on comes, looks like Siri. I don't know. It reminds me of Benny Hill and the Chinese fellow he used to do impression of. But that's for a different day. Turn around and see a name. Anyhow, he's kicked it long. It's not gone for any of that defending stuff. So it's Dembele. Siri Dembele. And Jaden Anthony's come off also. Has also been very dangerous. Throw comes in for Billing. Lots of pressure on the ball, but he gets through it all. In fact, he's given a free kick. Would have wanted the advantage played there. Dembele. Looks a speed merchant, this young lad. Colton says Bruno doesn't seem to be in the game. Hasn't been for a minute. Hasn't been for about 5 minutes, but he was pretty prominent before then, to be fair to him. Highlight for Newcastle. Free kick comes in. It's a high one. Looking for a Bournemouth head. Doesn't get one now. And Byrne knocks it down the line. Maxi's got a chance to break here. He's pulled back there, Maxi. Referee gives nothing. And it's with Bournemouth in their own half. Trying to create some space to get forward. Smith plays it all the way across the box. Well, not the boxes. And this player's coming forward with speed here. I think it might be Stacey. Good ball to Billing. Billing's dangerous. This is Stacey on the wide right. Cross comes in, must be knocked away. And now Bruno has it. Can Bruno play a killer pass? He runs in front of Moore and plays it out for Murphy. Back to Trippier, into Bruno. Great play. Can give it Murphy down the line. He made a great run. Didn't give it him. Come inside for Wood instead. Bruno just pick it back up again. So loses out and fouls the player, but they'll play the advantage. No, they won't play the advantage. If he'd got his head up there, they'd have seen Murphy making a great run there through. Keith with a strange comment. Bournemouth a better side tonight. Not sure about that, mate. Not sure about that. I must have just missed a chance when I was looking at the comments. Going to see it now. It's Dembele causing trouble. In for Kiefer Moore, shots from distance. And it's gone, well, it's way high wide and not very handsome, to be honest. 79 on the clock. Newcastle have it. Win the right back area with Kieran Trippier, who's motoring down that right flank and loses out, in fact. Can't afford to foul anyone because he's on a yellow card. Last thing we'd want is Trippier being suspended for a game, especially with the game against Leicester on Boxing Day. Lewis Cook has it back to the other centre half. Bournemouth starting to put a bit of pressure on now, I've got to say. Wide side now to, is it that Dembele lad? It is now. Well intercepted by Trippier. We'll have a goal kick for that, referee. Thank you very much. So this is really Dembele looks a pace merchant. Ashley 80 said they've shot at their own goal as much as ours. Indeed. I think the key to this is Maxi, you know. If they're pushing, I think Maxi is the key. I think Maxi is definitely the key. If we can get the ball to him on this left-hand flank, I think he'll do good for us. I really do. But at the minute, Bournemouth have it in their own half, and Newcastle's starting to give the ball away with a bit more regularity. Longstaff just gave the ball away there. Now Bournemouth, Dembele's coming to the middle and playing a nice pass out here that overhits, and Smith can't keep it in. 843 in the chat, guys. I hope you've all left likes for me. It will take 2 seconds for you to do so, and it's absolutely free. And if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button also, and join the Toon Review community. And becoming a member is also an option by clicking the join button. Borders with Nick Pope going to kick it first time. He does down the pitch, looking for a Newcastle head. Wood doesn't meet it, but it comes back to Longstaff. Longstaff steps inside one, plays a nice little pass to Dan Burn. Dan Burn doesn't have anyone to pass to, so he comes back. All the way back, in fact, to Sven Botman. Botman will go back to Pope, I imagine, and he does do. Bournemouth don't really pressurise him, and Pope gets it out to Fabian Schär. Ball down the line for Murphy. Murphy's fouled, and we'll have a free kick for that. Thank you very much. Stu Anderson says, is it just me or does Maxi look like he's carrying a few pounds extra? Might be all the lazy's got on a go because it's bloody cold, isn't it? Borders with Dan Burn on his left flank. He's got to give it Maxi. Get Maxi to run at him. Billing steps into that role where Maxi is. Steps inside him and there. Back he goes then to Joe Linson. Ball in then to Longstaff out wide to Murphy. Murphy tries to get a cross in. Doesn't work, and we get a throw in next to the corner flag. Chipper says, our first serious game back after the World Cup and people are moaning on this man. We'll take a few games to get back. It will indeed. So Kieran Trippier will take the throw in. Not a lot of movement in front of him. Obviously wants someone to go short so he can knock it back to him, and that's what Murphy does. Back to him he goes, and back to Murphy. Murphy looks for digs out a cross. It's a good one. We'll get a corner for it. Pity there was no one on the far post there, which is usually Chris Wood's kind of area. But it's going to be a corner. Brian says, great commentary. Just a bit of interest news from Leicester. No Maddison in the squad at all. Well, maybe he's injured. We don't know, do we? Minnesota Mad says, Wood not in front of goal when the cross comes in. Yeah, he's usually at the back post, isn't he? Alfie wants the time. It's 82.5 minutes on the clock, my friend. We've got about 7.5 minutes of normal time, plus whatever added time the referee chooses to give. Kieran Trippier with in-swinging corners about to be taken. Fox says he'll be very happy for winning this 1-0. First game back through to the next round versus Trippier. Tricky opponent. Impossible to complain. In comes this corner. It's a deep one. Keeper gets a punch to it. We'll go out for another corner on the other side. And will Trippier run out to the other side to take it? I very much think so. Good punch from Travers, that. And here goes Trippier. Trippier's over to the far side. He's managed to... Yeah, Travers did well there, to be fair to him. Bruno's in the box, which seems odd to me. I'd like to see him on the edge of the box when he heads out. And yeah, the outswing from Trippier comes in. Little dink one. Looking for Newcastle head. Finds one. It found the head of Joe Linton, in fact. Little knock in. Could fall to Wood, this. Oh, it fell to Longstaff. He tried to volley it and it didn't work. Billing does well, but well covered there from, I think it was Botman. No, it was Longstaff. Brilliant cover. Obviously, also after the stream. Brilliant, mate. We'll appreciate that. Hit the thumbs up button too, so you appreciate the video. Anyway, Senis is coming off. Bournemouth making attacking subs now. Clearly, there's 5 minutes to go. They've got nothing to lose. So they took a defender off and they're bringing on what I assume to be an attacker. It's, well, I don't know who it is, to be honest. Bournemouth throw. Smith, almost lost it to Maxi. Maxi did get a foot in. Botman trying to get a head in there. Doesn't do so, but just get a boot in. And Newcastle, will they win the ball here? No, they don't. Yes, they do. Trippier. Chris Wood's made a great run there down that right flank. And Chris Wood will get there and he can play it back to Murphy if he wants to. Does do. Murphy accepts inside. Comes inside back. That's a poor touch from Murphy. Will fall for Trippier though. Trippier steps back, gives it Bruno and back to Murphy again on that right flank. Got a bit of space. So he cuts inside again. Ball inside. Maxi, great ball. Oh, will Joe Linton keep it in? Just slightly overhit. Now it's with Maxi again. Maxi on a sixpence, trying to get the way, gets the ball in. Bruno shoots. That's handball. It must be. That must be handball. Must be handball, referee. How can it not be handball? That's the most blatant handball you ever see. Mephams virtually saved the ball, and the referee's not even going to give a penalty for it. Great play from Maxi. Bruno gets the shot in. Oh, it's absolutely blatant handball. Blatant handball, ref gives nothing. Penalty all day long in the Premier League, of course, no VAR, but the ref should have seen that. Should have seen it. Most blatant handball you ever see. Ah. Going to see it near the back of the goal now. Max did brilliantly to get the ball into Bruno. Bruno somehow managed to get a shot in. Oh, dear me. Christ almighty. The most blatant handball you will ever see. And nothing is given for it. And in the end, Bournemouth get a goal kick. Ah, dear. Shamrock Ball says, seen the offside, but not the handball. Convenient. Absolutely. Blue Car Man says this ref has come from Qatar. Paul King says John Joe Salvi is about to come on, by the way, and he's coming on for Bruno. Paul King says corrupt officials again. I'm giving up on football. It's easy enough to say that, Paul, isn't it? It happens too often. Bruno's limping off. Actually, he's won his race today. He had a good game, Bruno. Almost crowned it with a goal at the end there. The deflection off Mepham's hand almost went in anyway, but the fact it went off his hand, it has to be a penalty kick. Bruno's saluting all areas of the crowd there. Brilliant performance from him again. First game back for weeks, and he's doing really well. Top 4 winning the cup, says Blue Car Man. I'd say winning the cup, mate. 8-7-20 on the clock for people that are interested. Bournemouth on the attack. And Shalvey is going to try and get a foot in, but Solanke did well to get past him, but still, Newcastle bring it away. Maxi to Joe Linton. Oh, they've lost out there. Trouble here for Newcastle. It's with Solanke. Goes wide. Trippier did brilliantly. And now, is that Maxi back in the penalty area? It is. Oh, Chris Wood, you've got to get your foot on that, Pally. Bit panicky in Newcastle at the back. 88 minutes on the clock. And it's wide on the right-hand side for Bournemouth. Crossed in, flicked on. Going to fall for Kiefer Moore. Wide hit comes here for the number 20, Dembele. Trying to cut inside, trying to get a cross in. It's a great cross, that. Oh. And we get a goal kick. How's he give a corner for that? Oh, you're joking, referee. That's a great save from Pope, by the way, in the middle of all that. In the middle of all that was a great save, but great cross from Dembele. Lovely little dink to the far post. Solanke got it. Oh, it's already gone out of play. That's why he's given a corner. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fox says there's 896 watching. It should be 896 likes. Sorted out, people. He's right. It doesn't take a second. Click on the little thumbs up button, and you're in. And that's a corner for Bournemouth. A brilliant save from Pope actually to stop Bournemouth from scoring. Brilliant play from Dembele to get the little cross in. Inswingers coming in. Well, that's a poor corner. It's gone straight out of play. It will be a goal kick to Newcastle, and we're in the 90th minute. Poor corner that from Lewis Cook. Better player than that. Carl says squeaky bum time. It's a lovely little dink cross with Dembele. Really a nice cross. But what a save from Pope. What a save from Solanke. Thanks, Paul. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks, Neil. Great stream. Thanks again. Goldbridge sucks. Doesn't even comment. Well, thanks, Neil. Glad you appreciate what you've listened to tonight. Drop us a subscribe on your way out, mate, if you can. Long clearance from Pope right down the centre of the pitch, looking for the head of Wood. Doesn't even jump. But it comes back to Shalvey, who just hoofs it over the top. And it will go straight to the arms of Travers. 90 minutes are up. Interesting to see how much injury time we're going to get. About to tell us. Well, it's not about to tell us. Newcastle do win the ball back. It's 5 minutes added time. Looking for Maxi there. Maxi might get this. Maxi does get this. Maxi's in on goal. Maxi, please don't piss about. Squares it for Chris Wood. Oh, my God. Horrific from Chris Wood. He's put it into level 7. One-on-one with the goalkeeper from the penalty spot. Straight over the bar. That's horrific. Horrific from Chris Wood. Maxi did brilliantly to win the ball. Set it up on a plate for Chris Wood. Leaned back. Hoofed it into level 7. Wouldn't be surprised if Paul or Alex had nodded that away. Brilliant for Maxi to take the ball off Smith. Unselfishly laid it off for Chris Wood, who hoofed it into level 7. Terrible from Chris Wood. Terrible. Mepham in the centre circle for Bournemouth. Should have ended the game there. Bournemouth pick up the scraps there. It's a lovely pass there from Cook, but it's cut out from Trippier. He'll play it inside. And now it's with Chris Wood. Can he make amends for that terrible miss? Play it down here for Maxi. 1-on-1. Maxi's going to have a lot of space to win into now. Great ball from Maxi. It's Murphy's missed a 1-on-1. Might have been offside anyway. He was indeed. Maxi's been... Chipper says AFC's made a difference second half. He's been terrific since he came on. And that's to all those that want to sell him. And a lot of them around, apparently. Yeah, he made his run too early, but Max has been brilliant since he's come on. So Newcastle throwing the right back area. We've had 2 minutes to the 5 added on. Can we hold on? Trippier taking as long as he can with his throw in, plays it in and gets it and hoofs it down the middle of the park. Headed away by Mepham. Shalvey wins the second header. Back it will come again to Mepham. He shins it. This will fall for Joe Linton. He's beaten in the air, though, by the little Dembele, who's got a lot of pace about him. In fact, he gave a free kick away while beating Joe Linton in the air. Two and a half minutes. We're halfway through the added time. Foul there by Joe Linton on Dembele. He's looked pretty bright for them when he's come on. I've got to say. Travers will take the goal kick. He's pushed everyone forward. A couple of minutes to go here. Long clearance, needs a Newcastle head. Doesn't get one. Going to fall for Solanke. Going to fall the far post. And he shinned it out for a goal kick. Awful from the fella on the far post. I think it might have been Stacey. It was. He had a shot on goal here. Solanke did well to give it to him. Well, it was Billing, actually. He's totally miskicked it and out for a goal kick. And that could just about do it. Could just about do it. Well, we've got a minute and 20 seconds to go. plus whatever the ref decides to add on after that. Nick Pope taking his time over the goal kick. Long he goes down the middle of the park. Wood doesn't jump again, but it will come to Kieran Trippier. The Bournemouth player down injured here, and the ref stopped play for a head injury for some odd reason. It's Mepham, and he's up to his feet. The minute the ref blew the whistle to stop play, it should be a Newcastle ball, this. Lloyd says, Merry Christmas. Great commentary, as always. Merry Christmas to all the Toon Review family. Back to you, mate. Neil Evanson says, Merry Christmas to all you lovely people. See you Boxing Day, you will indeed. Chipper says there's a review show tomorrow night. I imagine there will be. Ashley says, well done, Billy. Thanks very much. Southern Geordie says, when Davis is like Wood, bugger it up, it's another goal contribution missing for Maxi. Hate the ASM abuse. Stupid. Yeah, absolutely. 100% agree with you. 100% agree with you. That should have been another assist for Maxi there. To add to his, averages 1 goal contribution a game, isn't it? It's going to be a Newcastle free kick there. Fouled him more and hurt himself doing it in the process. The 5 minutes are actually up now. Foxy says, sign of a good team being able to get the win in these ugly games. Very proud of the team. Agree with that. Very testy, hasn't it? We've had a side with no intention of trying to win the game. We're basically playing for penalties since minute 1. We've managed to beat them 1-0, even though we didn't score the goal ourselves. But, we had a goal that's allowed that shouldn't have been. We just missed a virtually open goal. So, Geordie Rob says, knock, knock. All right, knock, knock, Geordie Rob. Who's there? Morris says, nice one. The game's over, folks. We've won 1-0. John Selden says, Merry Christmas, Billy, all at Toon Review, and to all Toon fans. Merry Christmas to you too. Chris says, thank you, brilliant commentary. Glad to have the normal football back. Thanks, mate. Ken Mully Smith, thanks, Billy. Thanks, Robert Vetter. Well done, Billy. Happy Christmas. Happy Christmas to you. Dominic says, the draw's on Thursday. We'll probably cover that too, Thursday night. Kamal says, well done, Billy. Cheers, mate. Sorry, I was a bit behind you. Christian asking when the draw is. It'll be Thursday night after the Liverpool-Man City game. James Pope says Newcastle in the quarterfinals, and this time Bruce will be parking the bus against City in hope of a win. Stu says, cheers, Billy. Thanks, mate. Clark says, good game, guys. Lots of people saying thank you to us. Barbara says we must improve a lot for the Leicester game. Charles says, Merry Christmas all, and see you Sunday. Yeah, it'll be Paul's game Sunday. Eddie Howe's absolutely looks very delighted as he's crossing the pitch. But that's it, folks. 1-0 victory in the last 16 round of the Carabao Cup. We'll move into the quarterfinals, where we'll see who we get Thursday night. But the results, what's all that matters tonight. And we've got the right one. Drop a like on your way out if you haven't done so already. If you're new to the channel, drop subscribe also. And we'll see you tomorrow night, I guess. There'll be a review show tomorrow night, I imagine, at some stage. Yes, and Peter Woff says, or War, as Mike Tyson says, Merry Christmas, everyone. Indeed. Nice one. So all it leaves me to do is remove that banner, because don't need it now, do we? Thanks to everyone that's been with us tonight. Robert Morris, Merry Christmas, mate. Merry Christmas to lots of people. Happy Christmas, Shamrock Balls. Geordie Rob, do you knock again? I'll answer for you. Knock. Who's there, Geordie Rob? Come on, answer. Could be waiting for a long time for this. Who's there? Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put it on so you can see it. He says, "Good, great show," but we'll put. There you go. There you go. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for that. Neil Edmondson says, "I knew Mick that did commentary for Radio Newcastle 30 years ago. And you're very similar again. Great job. First time here. Definitely back. Merry Christmas. Cheers, mate. As I say, give us a subscribe on the way out, buddy. Definitely helps us. Knock on your door and win away. Oh well, all that for that. Was it really worth it? Not really. Right. So all I'll say to you, thanks for joining us, folks. Been an awesome stream. Lots of you in the chat with us. Pushing 900 at times. which is great for the channel, great for the Toon review, and hopefully we've got a few subscribers too. Darryl says, into the Christmas hat, hopefully decent draw for next round. Great commentary, Billy, legend. No problem. All that remains for me to say is have a great rest of your night. Look forward to the draw Thursday. We will be doing a review show at some stage. I'm guessing it'll be tomorrow night. Until then, all I can say to you is away the lads and lasses. Wembley, here we come, folks. Love you all. Good night.